Last we left off, our adventurers found themselves with a few days to themselves after negotiating with the Queen of Thieves. It was the calm before the storm, as the group had agreed to participate in what could only be called Fight Pit. Prior to this eventful day, Kime spent more time with the retired paladin Zendu. Tarxian studied his spells and books, while Panoply sparred in her free time and attempted to speak with the town crows to learn of any interesting creatures that had been smuggled into town. Arvin did what he could to discover any information that could possibly help the group in what would assuredly be a test of an endurance and skill. On the big day, the group made their way to the Crimson Nightmare Tavern and deep into the underbelly of the town. As they prepared themselves for this chaotic event, the group was bombarded with offers of death wards, diamond securities to be used for resurrection spells, and other insurance offers from various shady members of the Thieves' Guilds. Declining any offerings, the group entered the pit. The rules were quite simple. Don't talk about Fight Pit, and the last group standing wins. There are 4 groups in all, and as luck would have it, the party managed to fight last in every round, learning more and more about the round's theme and what possible enemies they might face. In the first round, the group bested a tribe of orcs, led by a fiendish orc that was to represent a mighty warlord of the past, Grognag the Unscarred. An early slow spell caught almost all of the orcs right out of the gate, as Tarxian incinerated a large group with a fireball aimed at the dense pack of hulking brutes. Slowly but surely, the orcs were defeated one by one, until only the party remained. In round 2, the group fought Clan Rakdos, gladiatorial performers from the Magnaean Domina. With precision and coordination, the group defeated these veteran arena fighters and continued on to the next round. In round 3, the group witnessed the last remaining group be slaughtered and devoured by the King of Feathers, a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex that the Queen of Thieves kept as a pet in her menagerie of minions. When it was their turn, the group found themselves besieged by an eye drake that fired rays from a multitude of eyes across its wings. Kime took the brunt of the damage, but the group utilized many spells to lock the eye drake down and keep it from fully engaging the group. Arrow after arrow rained down upon the eye drake until the beast could not take any more. As the beast fell, there were cheers throughout the arena. The group was victorious. They had won the fight pit. And this is where we begin tonight's session. The Queen of Thieves looks down from her raised position and slowly applauds the group, her claps piercing through the cacophony of cheers. She looks straight into the eyes of each one of you. A feeling that she is not only looking at you, but piercing straight through your soul. Finally, the cheers die down as the Queen of Thieves holds her hand up. She speaks out once again, not in that strange southern drawl, but a more eloquent speech. It is with great pleasure that I announce our victors. Arvin the Jolly, Kime Stormbreaker, Tarxian Kelvaris, and Panoply of Here and There. I must say that I was very fond of watching all of you fight through my minions and the battles presented to all of you. Unfortunately, there is only one victor, but the other 3 groups shall be remembered, even though they will never be spoke of ever again. It is with that I shall offer you what you so desire, and we shall meet in the belly of the Thieves Guild, and we shall discuss your reward. To everyone that came to the fight pit, I thank you for your patronage, and until next time, but remember, those who speak of fight pit, well, they usually don't speak for long. Ta-ta for now. As the Queen of Thieves leaves the arena, slowly but surely, the patrons start making their way out. And you can see the thieves and thugs, including Gurch, Lurch, and Birch, all exchange various bags of coins, presumably from bets upon the different parties involved in the fight pit. Eventually they'll retire, and the gates before you open up back to the belly of the Thieves Guild.
Do you trust her, Arvin?
No.
We should make sure we're taking a moment then, if we need to.
I certainly wouldn't be against that, but I'm not sure what we can accomplish before meeting here. Kind of in her territory. We've come this far.
True.
We're surprisingly healthy after all that encounter, to be honest.
How are you feeling, Kime?
I still feel a bit stiff there.
Do we have any healing now that we have a moment?
I mean,
Don't worry about it. I'm sure we'll be able to take a rest at some point here.
do you want some berries? I mean, I could do some berries.
I think we used them all. What? Kind of listen to
I
his
can
pocket. Can't find any.
Probably, like,
He ate the
spilled on the
pocket
ground.
berries.
I hold out your hand and then cover your hand, and there's little mushrooms in it again.
Oh, nice. How many are there?
10. It'll heal you for 1, so just add 9.
Oh, the moment of truth.
Shall we?
You guys first.
Arvin stands up straight and confidently walks forward.
The Queen of Thieves finishes writing a signature on a piece of paper and hands it toward Arvin. Now, darling, I have here 19 names of the orphans that you requested to be released should you win the pit, and I must say, I was mightily impressed by you and your group's abilities to handle everything that was thrown at you.
Well, you're too kind to say so. I'm very excited to see you hold up your end of the bargain.
Oh, don't worry, from what you have brought me and the entertainment of the patrons of the fight pit, I think we are more than even here.
And we are good to pick up our friends and head out of town unharried.
Well, I can promise you that the Queen's Wave won't harry you. What other less scrupulous individuals do, well, you know how it goes in Steep Light.
Do you have competition in town?
Oh, darling, no, I don't have competition, but let me just say that there are those who are beneath me that I don't have the time to deal with unless it's worth my time. But you have your papers, and you're more than welcome to show them to any individual that likes to bother you, but I will say if you fight half as well as you do on the streets as you do in the fight pit, I think anybody that crosses your path, and she looks at Fenegru, well, they will surely be in for a surprise.
Yeah, it won't help having 19 other sneaky allies as well.
Yes, that did cross my mind. How on earth you'll get 19 orphans to wherever you plan to go to? That'll be a more difficult accomplishment than the fight pit itself.
Well, don't worry your pretty little head about that. The rest of you, we've got our papers. Let's be on our merry way.
Can I stare hard at her? Like, is there an illusion around her? Is there any part of her that's like, I don't know, seems like it doesn't move when she, like, the veil doesn't move right or something?
You can make a perception check. It's ever so faint, but there is a strange little blur around her when she moves, as if something's off.
When the queen motioned toward Fenegru, do I get any sort of inkling that Fenegru would be causing any problems afterwards, or did he look chastened?
Make an insight check. You got more of an idea that she was poking fun at Fenegru's failed attempt to take you into custody.
Excellent.
Going back to what Panoply was asking about, I don't know if Turksine would have said this to all of you, but when Turksine had his detect magic and first met the Queen of Thieves, he did notice that she was sort of cloaked in various transmutation magic.
What is transmutation?
Like the ability to change.
Gotcha.
One substance to another.
Yeah,
If I can-
I probably would have said something.
Can I ask Turxian, like, just intermittently somewhere here, does she have something on her that lets her see me?
Um, that I don't know. I do know that she seems to be changing something about herself. That's about it. I could try to find out more, but she'll probably know. I can't do it without, you know, talking and making noise and motioning.
Panoply will uncharacteristically bow to the queen before leaving.
Okay. She definitely eyes you.
I'm going to wink at Fenegru and mention that it'll be nice knowing that he won't be any more problem to us.
Well, to you, I mean, you're free, right?
I was more playing off of the queen making fun of him, so I'm jumping on that.
He does that look where it's sort of where he's like rolling his tongue in his mouth, that's sort of like almost biting back a comment, but understanding that you definitely just got burned. And he just looks your way and goes, mighty fine gentleman as yourself, it'll be such a shame to not have you wandering these parts anymore. I can't imagine you causing any trouble in any other town. I just hope that, well, I hope that there's nobody more capable than myself out there that is on the wrong side of your silver tongue.
Well, I appreciate your words, Fenegru. And Gertch, to you, thank you for cheering us on.
Fight pit!
Well, do we need a guide to make it out of the queen's underbelly?
Well, yes, darling, my guards will escort you out, and you can make your way to the orphanage, and, well, it was nice seeing you around, Arvin. You shall be missed.
Thank you. And one last question, just to confirm, Windcuff is staying behind and not allowed to leave?
Yes, that was the parameters of our deal.
Understood. Well, we can follow a guard out then.
All right. The guards escort you out of this den of scum and villainy back to the main portion of Steep Light, where I assume you all head toward the orphanage.
Yeah. How we were there before. How young were the youngest?
Oh, the youngest were about probably 5 years old, 6 years old.
Shit.
The eldest outside of Windcuff, probably 18. Majority of the boys probably around 12, 13.
Yeah, I'd suggest we head into the orphanage and we can discuss our options.
Where is the orphanage?
It's on the west side of town. I'll have a map for it though. Alright, so you make your way to the orphanage. You are greeted by, I'm trying to remember their names, Benny and
We got Benny, Arthur, and Windcuff.
Arthur. They're sort of the eldest boys that aren't named Windcuff.
I suppose before we talk with the orphans, probably more important to have a discussion as a group to find out what direction we want to go in. Regardless of the orphans, what is our next goal, next step? We have a few different options.
What did you have in mind?
Well, my main goal seems to have been accomplished, or at least the first part of it. So, obviously, when we take these boys out of here, we'll have lots of different options on how to keep them safe, but we probably want to move in the right direction for where we're going to stop for next. Whether that's finding out, Tirxian wanting to go back and see his family, looking for Panoply's mother, making our way toward a portal city, or somewhere where we can fly. Obviously, my goal has been accomplished, so I'm open for suggestions.
What? I mean, what do you want to happen to them? I mean, like, what is acceptable and not acceptable? know
I
it's-
just want to find out where we're headed next, and we can find something on the way. Because we talked about a couple different options, so we have multiple avenues to pursue.
Well, I'm not really ready to go back home yet. Still feel like I have a lot to do first. But I mean, I set out to explore and learn what I can. So really, wherever we go, I'll be happy with.
Tirxian and I turn and look at the cousins.
I don't know. I kind of know the old man. He was telling me things about this health I have and kind of interested in trying to fix this to see if it's possible to restore this sword. Which means going back to Night Hollow.
Is there somebody there who knew something?
Yeah, he said there's a Genasi there that I should talk to about fixing this. But I don't know how you guys feel about that. I know it's pretty dangerous to go back there.
I'm a little worried about it. I just don't know that we'll. I mean, it seems like we killed the Prospero guy, right? And maybe they clean that up, and that's all good, right?
I feel like we have allies in powerful places that we could play off of.
Yeah, I would agree with Kime, and going to Night Hollow might serve a dual purpose as well.
You think the boys would do well in Night Hollow?
Absolutely, I do. I think that it's imperative they make it to somewhere that's neutral. I don't think them being anywhere near Steep Light is going to be good for their future. I don't like the idea of them falling into the hands of the nation of Prospero, especially since they've been rallying hard against us for a while.
Do you think Prospero or Night Hollow will have more Prospero people because of what happened?
It has been a long time. I don't think there would be any more than there was before, although that's still enough to be worried about for us.
But I'm just saying, if they all died, like, would they send a big investigation team? Do they care that much there?
I'm sure the nation of Prospero won't forget about it, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, no, not for sure. For sure they wouldn't, but maybe the the dust settled there, and maybe we're long forgotten.
So
Yeah.
if investigating the sword remains the top on the list, that might be a good place to go.
How long in game has it been since we left Night Hollow?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I
It
thought
took
the
a
journey
week to
took.
get here. What are you gonna say? Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought that it was closer to like 10 days for the whole trip.
It's 10 days for the trip.
So almost 2 weeks with the time here.
At about 3 days before the fight pit.
So, session 23. Yeah, it's been probably 2 weeks.
Well, we know. Did we? I guess one more question. Were we told about how far away the Venandri were? Is that we were told they were coming, right?
Yeah, you didn't have any exact details on it though.
Okay.
I mean, maybe we'll find somebody on the road who could tell us if they're leaving Night Hollow. We can just inquire if there's people in
But
town.
we're fine against them though, right? Because we don't have anything of Prospero in our possession. So they can't track us.
None of us do. And I look at everybody.
I don't have anything.
Not that I know of, but I also was carrying around a homing device for years without my knowledge of it. What do I know?
I mean, really, it's just going to boil down to how well our cleanup crew were able to do their jobs, I guess. How much do we trust them to be good enough at their jobs that we are unknown in the eyes of Prospero?
I mean, I think they do all right, as long as I don't really trust them either with a lot of things, but I think that they admire usefulness and will be useful in return.
And they've been more trustworthy than others. Yeah, they've been a bit deceptive, but it was never like directly in conflict with us. They always kept their word with us.
So, other than following the lead of Kaim's sword, does anybody have any urgent issues that they'd like to look to solve?
I mean, if things don't work out in Night Hollow, I think like flying everybody home briefly, and then we would have an excuse to leave to go find my mother, or go. We could just make an excuse and then go to your place for your sword. So it's just a good backup plan. It's a good backup.
Okay.
And I can't imagine it taking too long, right? We'll just be in and out.
I don't know what arrangements we'll have to make.
Right, now comes the part of the actual orphans here.
Journey. I think we should get a wagon. There's no way 5-year-olds are going to walk that far.
Well, let's start with just going to the orphanage and having a little conversation with them,
I agree.
Okay.
and then we can set to prepare. Okay, we'll go in and sit down with Benny and Arthur and whoever else wants to sit around.
Wincoof would definitely sit with you.
If anything, I'd like to talk to him separately first.
Got it.
Actually, I should probably just do that first. Everybody else gets situated.
I'll invite them to turn off all the lights and play hide and seek with me.
Nice.
a 10-year-old offers to play checkers with Kaim.
Kaim puts both hands on his coin first. I'm not falling for that again.
What do you want to say to Wincuff?
I'm gonna sit down and inform Wincuff of the deal that we made with the Queen's Waif, and let him know that we were successful in our endeavor. We are able to pull 19 people out of this city and get them to freedom and set up a new life for them. But unfortunately, the Queen had to have someone stay behind, and as the elder statesman, he was volunteered for that. I'd also like to let him know that I was in the same situation, and as unfortunate as it is, he is armed with more knowledge and knows that I was able to get out, and that option still is available for him in the future if he so chooses.
He definitely sits there for a moment in silence, absorbing everything that you said. And after a little while, he looks up at you and says, "Well, if you told me that 19 were allowed out of this place, then obviously I'd be the one to volunteer to stay behind so the rest could go. So you made the right decision."
You're a good man, Wincuff. And I know that you stand the best chance out of anybody here.
We shall see what the Queen of Thieves has in mind for me in the future, but it'll be good getting the boys out of this town. Well, we all know what this place is like, and well, it ain't anywhere that a young boy should be growing up.
And just so you know, you have strong allies in all of us. If there's any way that you can get a message out, or you need anything from me, don't hesitate to ask. And then I'm also going to leave some money with him.
Okay. He's definitely reluctant at first, but then sort of understands the situation at hand. I cannot say how much this is appreciated. You are a good man, Arvin.
And yet, I still feel like I'm letting you down.
No, you mustn't think that way. You just have to figure out what to do with these young boys and make sure that they don't turn into urchins like, well, little Timothy over there is already starting to have grubby little paws. As Kaim, you see him attempt to take a coin from your purse.
I'll get down on one knee and look him right in his eyes. What do you think you're doing?
He runs away.
All right, Wincuff, let's go out and share the news to everybody.
Absolutely.
So with everybody out in the main room, I'd like to inform everybody that we are getting them out of this hive of scum and villainy, and we have the opportunity to move everybody to a safer location. But it's going to be a long and dangerous journey, and I want to know who is up for it.
They all look at you, absorbing the information at hand, and then one of the probably 11-year-olds, he has a wooden stick sword that he swings back and forth and shouts, I'm ready for anything. I could slay a dragon if it came through these doors right now.
Well, that's great because it may come down to that. We're going to need everybody on top of their game. Also, I'd like to give everybody the opportunity. I want to let you know that you are able to come with us, and we aim to get you out of this city. But one of the best of us is going to be staying behind. If anybody has any words for Windcuff.
Basically, one by one, all the kids talk to Windcuff individually, although the younger ones sort of talk to him in a group, and they share hugs and handshakes, and he gives them words of encouragement and tells them that he'll be fine. I'll be just fine.
Well, and now we come to this point. I think Kym might want to take charge and finding out what the best way to transport everybody will be.
Need a large wagon, something to bus people.
You- I mean-
Windcuff pretty comfortable with the town and be able to point us in the right direction for renting a wagon or horses or something.
Do you tell him where your final destination is for the orphans, or
No,
do you know that yet?
I don't think we want to share that information.
He understands and says, "Well, I hope one day I can figure out for myself. Depending upon where you plan to go, you can probably find some carts and wagons to go across town, or you could probably ask one of the merchant airmen. I think they're about 2 in town at a time. Possibly if they might be traveling to different destinations, although I hear it's not exactly for the poor folk to take flight upon an airship. I don't know. After that, I heard rumors that there are these crazy teleportation type sigils that people use to span across the world, but I don't know. I think that's something that people tell in fairy tales.
That seems a little dangerous, but we'll look into it. Is Steeplight big enough to have airships land here?
There is a really small port for airships that can hold maybe 3. Every once in a while, you remember seeing an airship come in and just being in awe of it. And you're not entirely sure why they come in, but maybe connecting a few dots between the patrons of the fight pit and their entry into Steeplight.
Right. We still don't know what the connections were between the Warforged being purchased here either. Would it be worth going to the port just to inquire about a price? Like, I guess if it's on the way, we could at least check to see what it would cost.
Well,
Is there any problem with leaving them like a day here? Do you think the queen would mind that?
It is late at night.
I wouldn't
Okay.
think so. We've got the papers signed.
I think we could transport everyone by airship? Because if it could fit 3 people, we have 20-something people. It's like 10 trips.
Oh, I thought they were saying there were 3. The whole port held 3 ships.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they can fit a lot of
Oh.
people on there. I just
Huh.
pat Kym on the shoulder.
Yeah, clarifying there. The port is maybe large enough to hold 3 ships. Wyncuff thinks he knows that there are 2, like, sky pilots, whatever he wants to call them, in town at the moment.
I think it'd be interesting to go find out just a price of what it would cost to move people. I mean, just
I
as an
think
option.
the price will probably change based on where you're going, right? And the further the journey, probably the more expensive it'll be. I
Yeah.
I know you don't know necessarily where you want to go yet, but if you decide and we know someone there, I can reach out ahead of us and try and get something set up for us as we travel there, so that at least when we get there, there's something already established.
You can do that?
Eh, As long as I know them, yeah.
And would our next destination be able to accommodate an airship?
Depends where the next destination is.
Well, I suppose we should just find out if it's something we can afford at all. If so, we could
Yeah, I mean, it's
look at what
information.
locations are available.
Okay.
So since it's late, maybe we could just leave everybody back at the orphanage for now and just do a little bit of travel and research. Or if nobody's going to be awake, we can wait till tomorrow morning.
I mean,
I
somebody's always guarding those.
want to talk to Zendu before we head out, so we don't have to rush out right away, right?
No.
No, I mean, we're just like inquiring tonight. Maybe, I mean, we can find a wagon price, find an airship price, and then we have more information to make a decision.
Okay.
Yeah, let's divide and conquer. Kaim can head to the bar. Panably, you can hide with him. And then Tirxian maybe inquire about wagons, and I can check on airship.
We shouldn't go anywhere alone, should we?
We're under the Queen's protection. I think it'd be quite safe.
She said there are people not worth her bother, though. Let's do at least 2s.
Fair enough. Well, Tirxian, you want to head out to the airport?
Sure, let's do it.
All right,
Well-
we'll head out that way. See if we can find some information.
Ready, Kime? Let's go find a Cartwright.
Yeah, let's find this old man. Probably drink himself under the table.
Are you gonna sit and talk to that guy all night, or do you want to inquire about a wagon for the kid?
Let's do both.
Okay.
I don't think it'll take long for me and Zendu.
I mean, is he going anywhere?
I kind of want to ask. I want to see if he might want to join us. I don't know.
Is he gonna drink on the trip in front of the kids?
I'm sure
know
the
why.
kids will keep him entertained. I'm more worried for him than the kids.
Okay.
So, Kaim and Panoply head back to the Obsidian Hunt. You find Zendu at a table, and he is buying drinks for everybody in the Obsidian Hunt. He seems happier than happy can be.
Yeah, I might want some drinks. Maybe won't. No, I must resist.
Looks like someone won some bets.
Kai will approach Zendu, sit down at a table where he's at.
He raises a mug. The man of the hour. You, boy. You made me a rich man today.
Wow, you actually bet on me?
Yeah, and he pauses. The place where you did the thing.
Yeah, the thing. What did you think about that?
Oh, wow, that was, And he stares off in space for a moment. You know, lad, That was pretty impressive.
Nice. I'm glad you had fun with that. Me, I felt like I didn't do much, honestly. I was just there for my team.
It looked like you were petrified at one moment.
Not even a moment.
Panoply nods. Yes, he was behind him.
I have never seen somebody shoot so many arrows in my life. That's a skill, and that wizard and bard just you all seem like you're a group of individuals that work really well together. Made me think of the old days and well, back in the war with the other paladins and how we would fight side by side and coordinated ranks, and that was a spectacle.
Well, I actually have a proposition for you.
Well, let me just put it this way. I may be single, but I'm more into the ladies.
No, no, not that.
He turned you down too, Kime.
Hey, come on. Well, I think we decided that we're gonna take your advice or your instruction to go over to see that smith that you were talking about for this sword here. And I'll pull out the broken hilt.
Smith. Oh, yeah, the fire genasi. Right, yeah. That's interesting. What on earth does that have to do with me?
You'd be interested in coming along?
To Night Hollow.
Yeah. Go back and or something new, brand new scene. Maybe start something up there, or I don't know. Seems like you're happy here, so I wouldn't be hurt if you didn't want to come.
I mean, I've been to Night Hollow before. It's
Tell him the rest.
not exactly somewhere that I'm jumping up and down with glee to go to.
And who knows, our next destination might be somewhere after that, somewhere new for you.
Somewhere new. Somewhere new. New's good. Yeah, new's good. Night Hollow, not. Been there, done that.
Now, once we're done with Night Hollow and finished our business there, we'll definitely probably go somewhere new. Penny and I were actually thinking about going back to Kasoria at some point.
Takes a big swig of his ale. Casoria. I haven't been there in a while. When you planning on leaving?
Uh, I would imagine in a day or two for Night Hollow. After that, who knows?
Well, seem to have some new coin here, and well, I guess I've drank everything that could be drunk in this town, and I have to say I don't really like it here. Let me sleep on it and think about it.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, like I said, no harm if you feel like you don't really want to go. At least we know where to find you if we ever need anything. Always good to have a friend in places.
Friend in low places.
Nah, in my mind, you're pretty high up there.
You know, kid, every once in a while, I see a grandfather in you.
It's a tall order, but I'm getting there.
Alright, well, let an old dragonborn think on it. I'll give you an answer in the morning, or whenever I see you next.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good. Penny, you wanna go check out those wagons and see if we can start up something?
Yeah. I'm like eyeing Kyle, like, I can't believe you didn't mention we're traveling with fucking 19 kids.
Oh, by the way, Zendu, we seem to have liberated uh, a couple of orphans, and so we're also taking them to Night Hollow to get them a better start in life.
He looks up at you. If dragonborns had eyebrows, his would be raised. Liberated. Well, I guess I can put 2 and 2 together when it comes to the events tonight. What's 19 more kids on a journey? I'll sleep on it.
Sure thing. We'll probably look for you tomorrow or something. Sleep well, man.
As you two leave, it's still rather rowdy in here for the normal demeanor. Usually it's more of like a gentleman's club sort of vibe. You do notice, though, that Zendu, as you leave, is just sitting in a chair. He has a big, giant cigar in his mouth, and he is just staring into his mug of ale.
I will let him be. Let him dwell in his thoughts.
You do wander around, and you find through a few different merchants a group of carts that you could possibly buy. They're not the greatest carts. One of them they'll sell you for 10 gold. It looks pretty crappy. Another person will sell you one for 25 gold. Looks like a good solid cart. And a third person, he offers 20 gold, and it kind of looks in between crappy and solid.
Do they come with horses?
Don't you guys have your horses?
Oh, that's true. Do our horses know how to pull carts? Is it like a 1-horse cart? Are these 2-horse carts?
The sturdy one's more of like a 2-horse cart, and the other two maybe 1 horses each.
Do
And
they?
how many
go
do
ahead.
each what's the capacity on each?
Yeah.
Well, maybe on the nice solid cart, 2 up front and another 6 inside. The other ones, I don't know, maybe 4 total on each one.
Just remember, we probably weren't lugging people the entire time. Like, people can rotate out and walk along.
The older ones can anyway. They're gonna be sore though.
And how many people do we have total? 19 kids, the 4 of us.
23, 24 if you scam Zendu into going.
Can we find enough sleeping bags or bedrolls, whatever they call them in this game?
You can certainly search for them.
And like tents. I can feed them with good berries.
Yeah. You'll have to think about those options. If you go by cart, you'll have to think about rations, sleeping, where you're going, just time, distance, all of that. But while you two are doing that, Turksian and Arvin, you two head to the skyport. And roll an investigation check. One of you can do it with advantage if you want, or you can roll separately.
Each with advantage?
One of you with advantage, or you can roll by yourselves without.
Oh, Kirsten, you go ahead. I think you've got pluses on those, right?
I do, yeah.
This music is awesome.
Looking around and asking a couple questions here and there, you're pointed to the larger of the two ships, and they tell you that the captain just went aboard, and he should still be awake if you wish to speak to him. But they don't make any mention of the smaller ship.
As in, we don't know what's there? Or just can't find anybody to talk to from it?
Yeah, you just can't find anybody to talk to from it.
Okay, let's head into the large ship, talk to the captain.
Okay. You... are greeted by an individual that is incredibly well dressed. He almost seems aristocratic or noble in the way he's dressed. Very much an air of confidence, even a swagger about him. The ship that you approach has blue wooden hull, and then gilded beams and sigils and fenestration all around it. It is definitely a well-kept, more prestigious-looking airship. You read on the back of the airship where the name is, it is called the Austere Majesty. And you're greeted by Captain Olivier Bancroft Dupree III.
Ooh.
As he mentions that this ship was my father's and my father's before his. Captain, at your service, how may I might help you?
Some general questions at first to ask. What is the capacity or the amount of travelers that you can take on this?
Well, we are a merchant's ship, and depending upon the price you pay, if it is a exuberant amount of passengers, we can make more space instead of taking on more goods, but in general, we can fit about 30 passengers without overcrowding the ship.
And at the moment, do you have an itinerary? Do you have plans on where you're headed next, or are you open for business?
Oh, we make home in the Valerian Empire, more specifically in the capital city of Grimwharf. But we do plan to hit the major towns on the way there. Is there somewhere in particular you are looking for?
We have lots of options on traveling. First, we were more curious on possible locations of travel as well as cost per ticket.
Well, absolutely. Well, I can inform you that normal price is 8 gold per day per passenger. We do travel via the safest means possible. That means from Steeplight we plan to head north to Tanyan's Fall, through the Nahujan Pass to the port city of Ralapa, then up to Gloom Coast, and then the long trek to Raven Glen, and then across the Breath of Edamos, until we make landfall in the Shattered Isles, where we meet a port on the southern tip of the Massar Forest. From there, we hit the town of Al Asel. Then we make a quick stop at Summerport. Well, if you think Steeplight is interesting, you're in for a treat at Summerport. And then our last stop is Grimwharf.
Do either Tirksy and I know if those last stops are a different continent or where, like, Kym and Panoply are from?
You've heard of the Shattered Isles. Turksian more so in his readings. He knows of the Valerian Empire. You know that the Breath of Edamos is what they call the ether beyond the north borders of northern Ankyra. Some people tell you tales that there's nothing beyond there, but those that have some sort of an education know that there are continents that lie beyond the ether.
And what would the travel time be to get to, say, the Shattered Isles?
He tells you that, well, from Steeplight to Raven Glen is about 750 miles. Then to cross the Breath of Edamos is another roughly 4 days of travel, some 1,500 miles. And that's when we will make landfall in the Shattered Isles. From there, it's another 550-ish miles from the edge of the Massar Forest to Grimwharf.
And you had mentioned Ralapa being one of the stops. Does Night Hollow have a port as well?
No, Night Hollow does not have anywhere for us to land, but we do make stop at Tanyan's Fall and Ralapa.
Right, which are both pretty close. And do you have a set date that you are leaving?
We leave at noon tomorrow.
And if we were interested in bringing a whole lot of business your way, say over 20 people, would that be able to wait until tomorrow to make a decision?
Oh, perhaps. I have 5 individuals that have already secured transport to Grimwharf. That leaves 25 openings for regular passengers. Anything beyond that, and we require more of a heads up, as we would have to move merchant items from our keel.
Tirksine, did you have any other thoughts or questions?
I will say it is about an 8-day trip from, well, It is 8 days as we fly from Steeplight to Grimwharf. Add about another 2 days on for frequent stops, so 10 days. If you plan to go all the way to Grimwharf, I can cut the rate down from 8 gold per day to 6 gold per day, but anything on this side of the continent I will charge the 8 gold rate.
All right. Well, we need to go talk with the rest of our group to find out what's going on, but the information has been helpful.
Why, certainly, I did not catch your name.
Arvin, at your service, Captain Olivier.
Well, Arvin, we leave at noon, so if I do not see you by then it was nice talking business with you, but I must inform you that I have a long day ahead of me and I must get some rest.
Have a wonderful night, Captain.
Cheerio.
Okay, we can head back to the pub with that information.
That was basically 10 days, right? So he said for some stops to Grimwharf, like total?
Yeah.
Is that where you guys are from?
Yes.
That's our continent. Yep.
Okay, I'm just looking at the map here. I'm trying to figure out where all this stuff is. Is it the Shattered Isle map?
For our home continent, yes.
Okay, I see Isle of Cress. I see the Migni and Domina.
It'll be
Isles of Trota.
the southeast portion of the map of that main continent. Orphans.
So,
The Isle of Crest.
landfall would be about here.
Wait, what am I looking at?
In Shattered Isles.
Like the most southwestern area.
There's a sort of a waypoint port there. He said he would
Sorry,
make
am I
a...
supposed to be looking at something when you're saying that?
Are you on the Shattered Isles map?
Switch maps.
Oh, in the game. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at the world map.
Spin the globe.
Let me know when you're loaded.
Yeah, I am good now.
So landfall is there on the Shattered Isles, roughly. He says he would make a stop at Al-Asal, and then another at Summerport, and then the final destination is Grimwharf.
Awesome. And this is straight northeast from Ankyra.
Yeah, it's
more
a
or
little
less.
fuzzy understanding the breath of Edemos, but roughly northeast of Ankyra.
Okay. Cool. Got it.
If you... push you all onto the Ankyra map. If it loads.
Yep, we're there. Or I'm there.
Eventually it'll look.
Pretty good at the Ankyra map. Didn't know anything about the other though.
So he said a stop at Tanyan's Fall, Rallipa, Gloom Coast, and then the final stop in North Ankyra is Raven Glen before they cross the Breath of Edemos.
Alright. Well, that's a lot of information for our cousins to take in, so we'll head back to the pub and share that.
Alright. As you head back to share that information, I think this is a good moment to take a break.
Alright.
It's about 10 minutes. Did you say we're back?
You're back.
All right. So you all head back into the Society of the Obsidian Hunt with your respective information. What all would you like to do?
I would like to let Kime and Panoply know that at a more expensive but theoretically affordable price, we can fly to multiple destinations, including but not limited to a city very close to Night Hollow, further across the continent, or possibly even to their home continent.
How long was it to Rollipa from here?
It would be.
I think it's the second stop.
It was Tanyan's fall first.
It was, yeah.
I just don't know if that changed anything, if you knew that we would be able to fly elsewhere.
I didn't know that was an option. I was just assuming it would cost a lot of money to get back to the Isle of Crest.
I mean, it does.
I mean, what is that? Is that if we include everybody? That's 1,400. Or yeah.
Let's say it's roughly 180 gold for everybody per day.
To Rollipa is about a day's trip.
So
So-
is it each stop we have like a day or day's time in that town, in that stop?
It depends on the stop for them. They would simply be at Tanyan's Fall dropping off some commodities and be a very short stop. Same with Rollipa. However, at Gloom Coast, they'd stop for about half a day, and then at Raven Glen, stop for about half a day, and then they'd go across the Breath of Edamos.
Oh man, I had no idea.
So
go
we
back
could
to-
even plan this long term, like if we need to take care of what we need to take care of now, we can always do that at Night Hollow and then make our way to Rollipa or Tanyan's Fall if we want to fly somewhere with not 20 people.
I would personally like that.
I
But
mean, as much as you and Timothy have bonded.
Are we going to be like? Is Night Hollow really going to have the resources for all these kids? It's not a big town.
I can ask. I know a few people on the council.
it's not a big
Yeah.
town, but I feel like a big town was the problem, right? They get when you're in a big city, you get lost. You don't familiarize yourself with people, and so if you're in a small town where everybody knows you, you feel more connected. You feel like you're a part of something.
That was very sweet, Kime.
I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, like Arvin grew up here, and you grew up in a very small place, didn't you, Turksian?
We didn't even have a town. It was really just my parents and me.
I don't know so much about the town size so much as specifically Steep Light. It's not a great place to be, so anywhere other than there seems great. Yeah, I think we should take advantage of Tirxie and be able to communicate, though.
Yeah, for sure. Like, do you want to? Who do you think's best to ask? I'm just going to put out there. I don't think the Volek State is the best choice for helping with this. They don't seem like people who, yeah, I don't know, not a nurturing child kind of people.
I don't know if the
I agree.
captain would be a good person as well. I mean, maybe just for general knowledge, but as for what the kids could do in there, I don't know actually.
What about reaching out to Penelope Tonbaum?
It's a good, yeah.
And she's on the small console. Um, we helped her with her daughter Julia. I think if
That's
there's
true.
anybody that'd be sympathetic to, helping to try and get a bunch of kids set up, it'd probably be her. Best we know, anyway.
Maybe don't mention they're all boys at first.
I would say that with the understanding that we are open to funding a transition.
I mean, we could. And there's the only other person I can think in Night Hollow would be maybe Captain Terheld.
He seems very busy,
He does,
honestly.
but I mean, he might have an idea of. I mean, Kai mentioned kind of military academy. For bringing in that many kids, maybe they do need, I don't know, some kind of structure.
So how does this communication work?
Well, basically, I can send up to about 25 words to someone that I know, and they telepathically hear me across almost any distance and then can respond.
I would vote checking with Penelope first, then. I like that idea.
Yeah, she probably still feels gratitude, presumably.
Okay.
Hopefully sympathetic.
Sure, the town could use a ton of help with the older boys. They can think of it as apprenticeship, and they could shops or maybe check out what the miners are doing and help them. All kinds of things.
I mean, I think the dwarves just kind of keep to themselves, don't they?
I think so, but they were pretty nice to us.
So you gonna do it here, Darxian?
We're in the obsidian hunt right now, right?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, but I don't talk out loud, so I don't think it's out loud, is it?
That's a good question. Do you have that spell prepared today?
I don't think so. It'd have to be tomorrow.
That
Although,
makes sense.
let me see, because I gotta open up the actors to open up my character sheet right now because I don't have a token out.
On North Ankyra?
Wait. Maybe I do. I think it's prepared. No, it's not prepared. So yeah, I'd have to whisper. I'd have to message her tomorrow.
I think you say it out loud based on that it says verbal component.
Okay.
Let's just say that Nighthall is going to be our destination. We still need to fly to a city close by and still make that trek.
Yeah. I was kind of
Or-
hoping we could, like, go to Night Hollow, do our thing, and get back to the airship, but there's no way. Even if we go to Night
No.
Hollow, then to Ralapa to meet back up with the ship. Just not enough time. We'll just have to go to Ralapa or Tanya's Fall and catch the next airship.
Right. And I presume it sounds like everybody wants to spend the extra money to make this a lot shorter and safer journey.
Yeah, I agree.
I think, yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I cannot imagine if we come across something like a griffin.
King of Feathers. Ah. Okay. So doesn't really matter when Tirxian will have the message ready. Like tomorrow's fine. We can still plan on getting everybody in the morning, heading over to the airship, buying passage, traveling, getting out at. I guess both cities are about the same distance.
I mean, here's the thing, too, is like, if our answer is really negative, do we just keep going? Can we just change our minds while we're, hey, I'm going to pay for the first day, and then if I like maybe another set of journeys?
I don't think there are any other options right now. I think that's our final destination, no matter what.
What if
For the kids.
I still want to go to Night Hollow for my own reasons, but they don't have to stay in Night Hollow. They could just hang out there for a little while, and then when we're ready to make a trek to Ralapa or Tanya's Fall, whichever one is safer for them, catch the next airship and go to Isla Crest. Brand new town, brand new, complete different continent. They can make their own futures from there. They can even make their way to Kasuria, where I know they'll be fine.
Definitely an option. I just want to also let you know that this is going to take a lot of money if that's the option. Which I think we have earned by now, but it will set us back quite a lot.
I understand that, yes.
I still say that Night Hall is a good first stop.
My only real worry is that we'll be possibly leaving this continent. And Turkson, are you sure you don't want to see your family?
I mean, I can talk to them, but with everything that's going on, I don't think I'm ready to. I don't even know what I'd say.
I'd imagine we can always come back, but
Yeah,
while we're
for sure.
here, more convenient. But I understand. I get it.
How far is it from Tanyan's Fall to Night Hollow? Walking, I mean.
We've done that before. It was like 5 days or something.
100-ish mile. Yeah, it's about 4 days.
I presume Ralapa to Night Hall is about the same.
Probably worse because of the
A little
mountains.
over 4 days from Taine's Fall. Ralapa is actually a shorter distance. It's a little under 4 days. There's a nice big pass between Night Hollow and Ralapa.
I see.
So, did you guys come through Tanyan's Fall? Did you say that? Did somebody?
Who's we? I mean,
You and Turxian?
well, Tirxian has family there, yeah.
Is it like a big enough town to rent carts and horses and stuff? I'm just like a 5-year-old walking 100 miles in 4 days isn't happening.
Right.
And plus, like, can our horses come on the airship, or do we sell the horses?
Those that are familiar with the nation of Prospero know that Tanyan's Fall is a fortress city on the border of the nation. It's not necessarily a large city. It's larger than Night Hollow, but it's more of a military fortress.
And Ralpa's like the capital of... Or no, it's not a capital, but is it a big city?
It's a decent-sized city. It's more of a port,
Okay.
like a trading port between the western side of the Ruckendorn Range into the north, which is the Volog state, whereas Gloomcoast is sort of like a capital of neutrality. But then as you go into the Rippenyon Sea, it is that's the Kaja Conclave, the crazy dragonborn people.
Maybe we should just go all the way to Ralapa, like an extra day or whatever it is, and then come back from there since it's a little shorter. And it sounds like it would be a better place to get carts. What do you guys think?
Yeah, if it's safer.
I, th-
Go ahead.
I think it's probably a good idea.
All right. So tentatively, you guys are planning on heading to Ralapa and then going by foot back to Night Hollow.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, by cart for little people. But yeah.
Maybe in this time, Tirxian, while he's getting that spell down, can compose a short message.
Already done. Do
Perfect.
you want to? I mean, I think I know what I'm gonna say. I can show you if you like.
We trust you.
You can all take a long rest for the night. You all wake up in the morning, and before Turksin sends his message and before Kaim sees Zendu, Panoply, you receive a little message in your head. The familiar voice of Pacelius.
Okay.
Congratulations on the fight pit. Heard it was quite the show. Venandi in Night Hollow. Grim Company taken into custody. The distraction is working for now.
I go down to breakfast very somberly. And have you sent that message yet, Turxian?
Not yet.
I got a message myself this morning. They said the Menandi are in Night Hollow. It's from Pacelius, sorry. And he said the Venandi are in Night Hollow and have arrested the Grim Company, that other hunting group. And he said the distraction is working for now.
So, should we stay away?
I feel that way. Is there any other way to get this information?
Get who the information?
Kaim wants to meet that guy there to see about something with his sword.
I mean, I don't think I can send him a message because I don't know him. I mean, I could whisper someone who we do know and trust there, like Urfonia, maybe, and ask her to check in and spend a few days trying to communicate, but it's about the best that I have.
I'll wait till the others come down and tell them to maybe just wait a half hour till everybody's down. And I'll relay that as well, that Celius said the Venandi are in Night Hollow having arrested somebody, and distraction is working for now. He emphasized for now. Arvin, Kaim, what do you guys think?
I still think it's our best option.
Do you don't think we'll be in danger or endangering the children?
I'm certain the children will be fine. As for us, of course we'll be in danger.
They just need to play it by ear and maybe take cues off the Wallach state.
I think we just got a cue.
Yeah, he said they're distracted.
For now. If we show up, suddenly it casts out.
We'll just have to stay out of sight of them. They're looking. If anything, if they're looking for us, they'll look for us, not the 19 or so kids we have.
True. They're good thieves. I wonder if they're good liars.
Absolutely. If I know my friends from Steeplight.
Sure to let them know not to steal from them, by the way.
Yeah, there's...
Not sure we'll be able to tell them what not to do. We
Yeah,
can try.
but if they steal something from them, then we're being tracked.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right then. How much is it gonna cost to get on this airship? I think you said noon, right?
Yep, we can wake up in the morning, send the message, head to the airship. It's going to be 8 gold a day each person, 23 people, 1-day trip, about 180 gold.
Maybe 24 if we pick up a paladin.
Well, he's won a lot of money. I'm sure he can pay for himself.
And also, I actually want to update him on us possibly going back to Kasuria
Yeah.
if all goes well. Then,
Yeah, I can see us there.
Alright then, Akaim will, I don't know where he would be at, like 8 something in the morning, whatever time it is. But he'll look for Zendu.
Zendu is eating breakfast.
Old man! Just the person I wanted to see.
He looks like he has polished his scales, cleaned up his clothing, and you can see under his clothing that he's actually wearing some armor.
Whoa.
And he looks cheerful.
What's going on with you, Zendu?
Well, lad, I had a revelation. It's too early in the morning. You made me think. And, I don't think this town's good for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't want to go back to Night Hollow, but I don't know. I think I need to face the past and head back home.
Back to Casoria?
Yeah, back to Casoria. I have some old friends that I need to pay tribute to.
Well, we will be taking an airship today at noon to head to Ralapa. We will still be going to Night Hollow, but I'm told that airship is going back to Casoria. So you can come with us part ways in Ralapa, and um, maybe one day I'll see you in Casoria.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Think I have enough coin to travel back?
How long are you planning on staying in Casoria?
Think a while this time. Think I need to travel the land, pay my penance. Think I'll be in Casoria for a while.
Uh, would you mind doing me a favor when you get there?
Yeah, what do you have in mind?
Well, when Penny and I left Casoria, we kind of left abruptly, and I'm a little worried for my mother, and I'm not sure what's happening with her in the town after we left. Um, I feared that the Valerian army might have held her responsible for us getting away. And would you be able to just check up on her, see if things are okay? Maybe even deliver a letter to her for us? For me?
Yeah, that's the least I can do for you.
I would greatly appreciate that. Um, but yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you're deciding to make the move. I don't think this town could I don't think this town is good enough for you.
No, I definitely wasted my time drinking away the years here. It's, you've made me realize that there's more to life than drowning in your sorrows.
Well, glad the group and I could help you. Um, don't get yourself killed, all right? I have faith in you.
I've been through quite a bit. Not sure there's anything left in Casoria that could give me that kind of a problem.
But yeah, that's actually some nice armor you got there. Is that the armor you wore back in the day?
No, it's a little bit more lightweight. Back in the day, well, should have seen what the paladins wore back then. I wouldn't want to wear that around every day, but you know, a good old breastplate under the armor keeps you nimble and safe.
Yeah, a man's armor is everything, right? Check out what I'm wearing, and he'll like bang on his adamantine armor.
Looks strong.
Yeah, it's been real helpful for me. But yeah, hope to see you on your ship. We'll probably be heading out there at some point today.
All right, I'll head on over there. I'll meet you.
All right.
Huh. Be a fun journey.
Who knows? Maybe we'll actually be able to fight one day. Think small, obviously.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, but if I find a creature that has 6 or more eyes, you're standing in front.
Oh no. Sure, I'll just stand there and be a heading dummy for you.
You learn quick.
All right, I'm gonna go see what the others are doing. Good chatting with you.
All right, he continues eating. Is Turxian sending the message?
Yes, you will. So Turxian will grab a short piece of copper wire and envision Penelope ton bomb in his head as he casts sending. Penelope, it's Turxian Kavaris. How amenable would Night Hollow be to starting an orphanage? We need to home some kids. We can pay startup costs.
There's a pause. Oh. You again. An orphanage. I guess we can handle that? I don't dare ask why you have come across orphans. But sure, that sounds fine, and then it cuts off.
Well, sounds like Night Hollow thinks that they can handle it.
Panoply is very skeptical.
Night Hollow can handle the kids, but can we handle Night Hollow?
We handle the kids.
They're cool.
Alright, any last plans in town?
Think while we're here together with everybody, we need to let the orphans know some ground rules while we're traveling. Namely, being that if they steal from the airship, then I will cut off their ears. Thieving in Steep Light is a different ball game altogether than stealing from rich merchants. It will get us in a lot of trouble. So everybody on their best behavior, hands to yourselves, unless you want to get us killed.
12-year-old comes running up to Kaim with 2 gold and hands it to him. Please, sir, don't cut off my ears.
Fire is just wide-eyed right now.
Oh, these guys are awesome. That being said, I think we are good to head out.
Actually, are all the kids together right now?
Yeah.
Kaim will try his best to gather them together so that they're all looking right at him. He'll get down on one knee, level with them, and tell them all, listen, Arvin's right. Don't steal anything. Don't do anything illegal, and especially don't say anything about where we're going. All right? If you do say anything, I've been hearing a shadow that'll know and take revenge upon you for it. And he'll summon an echo from behind the kids. And he'll look up and like, oh no, I've said too much. And he'll point.
Like 6 of the kids are holding their ears as they turn around and look, and they let out like huge gasps like, "We promise to be good. We promise to be good."
And then the shadow will just dissipate. Be good, or he'll have your ears.
If it was only 6, now 12 of the kids are holding their ears.
Quick learners.
The older ones are laughing, but at the same time still concerned, confused, or intrigued at how the heck that just happened.
Kind of will just shrug.
The kids have packed all of their belongings, which to say is not much at all. They have very small rucksacks with them. And every kid seems to have a teddy bear with them.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll have to remedy that. But is there a good way to break this to everybody?
To them or us?
Just start stabbing.
I lean over to Art. I'm like, do you think if we offer them a gold each when we're on the airship to throw the teddy bear overboard, it would work?
I think it would be best if they all knew that this was a fresh start, and that in order to start fresh, we need to leave our tokens behind. Yes.
They all look sad.
Well, yeah, just let them know that I've also left mine behind.
As soon as you see that, they're fine with it, and they throw them away.
Okay. I'm glad that got brought up.
Alright. You all head to the austere majesty and meet Captain Olivier Dupree Bancroft III. And he counts how many there are. He looks at the kids and shakes his head. I will let you know that when you board the airship that these kids must use the showers on board. They stink.
We will make sure that happens.
Zendu meets you all there. He is paying his way all the way to Grimworft. When you tell Captain Bancroft III that your destination is Rolliper, he does the calculation. For the 19 kids and the 4 of you, it comes out to 184 gold pieces.
Did
Alright.
we do anything with our horses?
Oh yeah, can we bring
Oh.
those?
He can store them in the keel and
Store them?
Oh boy. I mean, it's a 1-day trip. Is that something they can handle?
Yeah, he tells you that you have to feed him. He doesn't take care of that. But he does. He isn't. He isn't an amateur when it comes to transporting animals. He seems like this is a commonplace, and he does have in the keel, there is an area that looks like there are stalls. A lot of the stalls are filled with crates, but he says he can open up enough for 4 horses, but that'll add on an extra 10 gold.
Yeah, that's. How much did those horses cost?
It's cheaper to keep them.
50, 75.
Okay, right.
Turxian grabs the money out of the group fund to pay for it all.
How much did we have in there?
After that, we have 20 platinum, 1,320 gold, 1,660 silver, and 188 copper.
Party fund? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cool.
So about a lot,
Yeah, a lot.
over 1,600 gold.
Okay.
All right. You all take off on this airship. You see that as it starts, it has a propeller on the back of it. And it has sort of this large canvas above the ship, but it's made of a very strange material. And you see that there are these 3 brazier-looking contraptions that raise above the ship underneath this canvas, and you see that each one has a massive giant purple crystal, an amethyst crystal embedded in it. And as the airship makes this whirling noise, the amethyst crystals start pulsing and glowing, and you notice a purple glow coming off of them, and that energy moves into the canvas, and that's when the ship sort of floats up into the air. Now, airship travel is not speedy by modern means, but in the world of Aetherkarst, it is definitely a speedy way to travel. But airships travel anywhere from 8 miles per hour on the slow end to 25 miles per hour for the speediest of airships. This one seems to travel roughly around 15 miles per hour. It takes roughly 11, 12. So about half day to reach Tanyan's Fall. So around midnight. And some of you might be sleeping at this point. Most of the kids are. You do have a few frightful moments with the kids on the ship as you have to explain to them that running on the ship might not be the best idea when it's also involving horseplay. But as you arrive at Tanyan's Fall, you see what can only be described as a massive fortress-like city that is on the eastern border of the nation of Prospero. The austere majesty does not stay long, but it feels a little tense. You do know that this is a city of the nation of Prospero, and so far you have not had the best interactions with them, and you know that you've had a little bit of a history with them recently. That being said, the stay is very short at Tanyan's Fall. It seems that the captain and his crew quickly drop off some cargo, and that there was cargo awaiting them to be brought on board. and within an hour of landing, they are once again off to the city of Rallapa.
Guys, do you guys think it would be a good idea to message Araphonia or Sabira about our arrival, our or our
Yes.
intended arrival?
Or Basilius.
Sounds
Any
like
of
a
the
great
above.
idea.
Maybe we can get some intel on how we should approach the town or anything.
Sure. Who did we want to message?
Probably Araphonia. Just to let them know that we're on our way to town and no surprises. Maybe they can give us a heads up if anything is happening.
Sure. Kirksien will cast message, and on our way back
Sending.
to... Yes, that one. On our way back to Night Hollow. Should be there in a few days. As long as everything's calm there. Please advise.
And who did you send that to?
Erphonia Zays.
Brief pause. Familiar voice in your head. Yes. Good to know. Things here are tense, but if you keep your head low, there should be no problem. Venandi are... There's a slight pause. Very meticulous. And that's the end.
Well, sounds like everything's on the up and up.
Just a slight point of order for Turksian. Gilfie was disintegrated in the fight pit.
Yes. I'm gonna spend, at some point I spent 10 of my material cost to bring her back.
Sounds good. Turksian, you receive a message probably an hour later. Not Erphonia, but Basilius. Ascending spell. It seems that the Grim Company have been tried for the murder of many Prosperan guards, and the Venandi are looking into the Warforged disappearing.
Turksian will let everybody know. Everybody, obviously, just our group, not like everybody.
Alright. the 24 hours. It's more like 26 hours, but he still just charges you for 1 day. Arrive at Rollipa.
Before we get off the ship and like herd the kids, like while we're flying, maybe, may I inquire if he could deliver a message in Grimoire for a price?
The captain?
Yeah, like just take a scroll with him, or a piece of paper.
He looks at you. I suppose I could do that, but I have to say that I keep a tight schedule, so if they aren't easy to find or contact, then I can make no promises.
They're pretty easy to find.
You say that like you know the city very well. It's a pretty big city.
I mean, you could pay a runner, like, that you trust there. Like, I can give you gold for that.
Now you're talking. I was about to say, I'm not paying a runner.
Exactly. That's why I'm asking. Just, costs for your trouble and then for paying somebody there to do it.
Simple enough, I can accommodate that.
And just, like, either include like buying a piece of paper, I'll bug Turksian or somebody, just scrawl a quick note. Kym and I are fine. Not sure where Mom is. We didn't do anything bad. And then just signs a panoply and puts like Minnow and Cypress Valenoth on it. And hands it to him with whatever gold he wishes for this service.
Did you put those names on the
No,
visible
like
on the outside?
no, I tell him, but it's addressed to them on the inside.
Oh, so you mentioned those names?
I do.
It looks at you curiously. Huh. Lady Minnow and Cypress Valenoth. You know, my dad told me that his dad, he, it's a pretty crazy story. He once had to lift a boat out of the big tree outside the palace that belonged to Minnow and Mr. Valenoth at one point. I mean, how on earth you ever get a boat in a tree? I mean, we're talking a real sailing boat here. Stories.
I don't know if they've told us that one.
Anywho, you know those two, well, I don't know, I must be looking at some sort of princess or something here.
No. Just they just like word from places.
Alright, business is yours. I'll, give this note to a page boy and, well, haven't had to do that one for a while. Alright. Well, we're heading out in an hour, so, pack your things, and if, change your mind, you don't have much time.
Thank you.
Zendu and Kym share parting bromance handshake hugs. He takes the letter from you.
Do they clear throats afterwards and look in opposite directions?
Yeah.
Is it like the hug that's not really a hug? Like you don't want your bodies touching, just your arms.
Just your fist in their back. Little bump.
No, it's like a real bromance hug. It is like the handshake hug kind of thing. But you all are at the town of Rollipa. It is predominantly dragonborn and kobolds. However, there are still enough other humanoid races to make it not a completely dragonborn town, but it's probably a good 60% dragonborn and kobolds.
Shall we start looking for wagons?
Yeah. Let's well, why don't two of us watch the kids and two of us go do that?
I think we
Got
should
it.
keep kids right here. I'll hang with them.
Right. Trixie, will you go with Kime?
Sure.
I whispered to Trixie, he's really bad with money. Don't let him handle that part.
Okay.
How many carts are you looking for?
I think if we just get one large, sturdy cart that can hold like 8 people, that should be more than adequate.
If it's several days' journey, do we need like sleeping rolls though?
Probably. How big is our magic tent?
10 feet
Not-
across.
Yeah, not that big.
Okay. Didn't know if it's like a magic cabin.
Not yet.
Can we get like a pop-up trailer, DM? No.
Yeah, some sort of. We can outfit them with some stuff.
Or maybe they, I mean, it's a big town, right? Maybe they have some busing service here. Somebody with a big bus.
They do. It's pretty commonplace for pilgrims, travelers to sort of latch on to a merchant caravan. If you wanted their, what is today? Today is a Monday. In the afternoon. Most of the caravans go out in the morning, so you'd have to wait till tomorrow to go out. You could probably hitch a ride on a caravan. A cart is usually about 15 gold pieces, but if you hitch a ride with a merchant caravan, probably get a discount, or you could offer guard services and maybe get away with it for free.
I like free.
How much is free?
I mean, do they still need to provide for
350.
themselves to like have bedrolls to sleep? Or?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I think that's a point of order that we can pay for everybody to get something like that. It's something they can use in the future too.
Yeah, like they might need it in town, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you could trying to look through. Like blankets are about 5 silver pieces a pop.
I don't know what's adequate for these people.
I mean, they're used to not much.
Oh, right.
How much is a bedroll?
That I'm looking for, which I don't really see. Oh. No, I do. I found it. It's a gold piece for a bedroll.
Let's spring for them.
Okay. Bring the bedrolls.
And yeah, let's stay the night and see if we can get a free travel tomorrow.
Stay stay the night. 23 people.
Yeah. We go out town.
We'll settle for stables with our bedrolls.
Seriously.
Line them up. You got some like empty horse stalls that are clean. We'll take it.
But we also have horses.
And those.
There's somebody willing to give you a group rate of basically 12 gold pieces for all 23 of you, plus the 4 horses, plus a light dinner and like porridge for breakfast.
I love farmers. Let's do it.
So we did 19 gold out of the group fund for the bedrolls, and then another 12 for lodging.
Yeah, including the horses.
Okay.
Arvin, I'm assuming, is going to negotiate for the merchant caravan.
Yeah.
All right. Just make a generic charisma check at first.
Can I have Kime standing there without his shirt?
Sure, disadvantage.
Oh, come
No,
on.
just kidding. No.
Look at this guy.
Kime loves his armor.
Yeah. No, just big, strong guy standing there. We're offering to, stand guard for the trip. And you said what role?
Actually, roll persuasion. It'll be,
Yeah.
a million.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So there is a merchant group heading out to Night Hollow. Well, not to Night Hollow, but they're stopping through Night Hollow. Along with them is a single dragonborn and 4 kobolds that look like they are on a pilgrimage to Night Hollow. This merchant caravan is about 6 carts. Some of the people are familiar with this land. One of the carts seems like they're not from around here. They have goods from the Gloom Coast. They have 6 guards with them, but when you 4 offer your services and they sort of see your gear, they are more than willing to allow you all to head with them. And they will provide for the 19 children. You sort of talk up, sweet talk the old grandma of the group. Like imagine just like the old Italian grandma, and she's like, "Don't worry about food. We have all the food that the children need. They are too skinny. They will be fat by the time we get to Night Hollow."
All right.
We like fat kids. Yeah.
Mamma mia.
You are too skinny.
Sounds great.
She even points at Turksian, who, when you first met him, he was kind of pudgy. But all of this walking and traveling, he's sort of thinned out a little. And she even grabs his cheeks and goes, "We shall fatten you up too."
Love it.
So you don't have to worry about rations on this trip. They seem to have these big giant cauldrons that just constantly have something cooking in them in the back of the merchant caravan. In fact, it looks like half of the carts are full of food, and that's part of what these people are traveling and selling. With that, though, I think that is a good point to stop for the night.
Okay. I was gonna ask about Abdumiel, Paladin of Bahamut. Do that tomorrow, next week, next month, something.
Yeah, make a note of it.
I will end